Oh, that's so zigzag. Oh, hello everyone. I didn't see you come in. Wait.
For those of you who don't know, 3 years ago I started my reviewing career, quote unquote, with a retrospective on Puzzle Bobble. They're awful. Yeah, I'm not exactly proud of them. They aren't edited well, and I don't take the proper time to talk about these. It doesn't help that these pop up if you look up for Puzzle Bobble reviews. No.
So, after a bobble month that took more than a month, I think I'm ready for another marathon. Maybe I can even do a better job this time. This is the Puzzle Bobble Marathon.
It all started with a guy by the name of Fukio Mitsuchi. You see, Fukio loved arcade games, especially Xevious. However, Fukio felt that titles output by comparison were lackluster and of poor quality. Still, he did make 2 games at Taito. His first game, Super Dead Heat in 1985, which disappointingly is not a hardcore gory game, but an over-the-top racing game. It's like if you have micro machines in an arcade game. His next game the year after was Halley's Comet, a shooter that has you controlling a green ship as you shoot your way through space.
For catching music.
Eventually though, Fujiko would want to make his own platformer.
With blackjack and hookers!
Unlike his previous 2 games, it would star cute characters and a more comical setting. The reason being Fujiko wanted to aim at a female audience. Fujiko often worked on holidays and late at night to the point he lost sleep just trying to see how to improve the game.
That's true dedication right there.
This resulted with Bobble, released June 16, 1986.
Seeing as how I originally glanced over it, might as well talk about it in more depth.
Bob and Bob had been turned into bubble-breathing dragons along with their girlfriends who got kidnapped. The goal is simple: get the enemies in bubbles, they turn into food, eat, rinse, repeat. If you take too long, Byron Von Blubber shows up. He can't be killed and you're always his #1 priority.
Alright, I almost beat it. I just gotta teach Super Drunk a lesson. Yeah! I did it! Bad end! This is not the true ending! Take the magic crystal ball.
It turns out to get the crystal balls, you need to go through the game again. But when you reach level 99, that's when the hidden door needs to be found to access the secret rooms where the crystal balls are located.
Fine. There we go. Super Drunk is once again beaten. Now, What do you mean, Bad Ed? Try again with your friend? There, everybody is happy. Moving on.
After the game's success, Seiichi Nakakuki joined Taito while creating Puzzle Bobble. Seiichi pictured marbles and billiard, which would have had the game use glittering marble-like balls with the deliberate angled aiming and shooting mechanic coming from billiards, and so the game began development with that image in mind. In fact, the first version was called Billiards. Later on though, a system where matching balls of the same color would make them disappear was added, and as more rules were put in place, the more the puzzle bubble we know today came to be, and it was made in just 1.5 months.
So, was it worth it? Was it a start to a great franchise, let alone a great start? Only one way to find out. This is Puzzle Bobble.
I can never get enough of that intro, it's so charming. Puzzle Bobble is a puzzle game, no duh. You control this machine conducted by two bulbs for some reason. Why are there two of you? Well, then again, maybe they got the help from Professor Lucas from Clones of Bruce Lee. But wouldn't it make more sense if one of them was Bob? One is blowing while the other is rotating. It makes more sense than clones. You can move left and right, but also shoot with a button. That way you can match 3 bubbles to clear them out, or even drop a different colored bubble if attached. But the main goal is to clear out all of the bubbles before they reach the bottom. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Well, it is.
From a certain point of view.
You see, the game loves making you shoot through tight spaces, and sometimes they'll have you ricochet against the wall. It doesn't help that they do give you a reticle, but then they take it away. Seems a bit unfair to newbies, but I ain't a newbie, so I almost always ace it. But yeah. But really, my biggest problem is how repetitive the whole game becomes. Like, no shit, a puzzle game is going to go through that.
But in Puzzle Bubble, there's really not much else to it. You could beat it for the ending, but said ending is so anticlimactic. I'm just going to let 2022 Joseph speak.
Wow, that was great and definitely worth it.
Well, the same thing could be said about your editing.
It was even worse in the unreleased US version of the B-System Puzzle Bubble. Because in that one, they don't even give you an ending, they just say, "Congrats! You can win a free t-shirt if you unscrabble this message."
The message is it won't be long in time. What was the free teaser going to be anyway? I beat Bubble Buster and all I got was this lousy t-shirt? Yeah, I'm sure that'd be great to wear if it was a real thing. I'll take 20.
Another mode that can be accessed when another player chimes in is versus mode. You need to chain up as much bubbles as possible without overflowing. The first to get 3 point wins and overtakes the single player, or I guess 3 diamonds. I never got that. Was it because of Bobble?
This mode, in my opinion, is the main reason you'd go back to this. It's fun, it's addictive, and the winners get bragging right. Which was me.
What?
Who is the rightful Puzzle Bubble King?
Go fuck yourself, asshole.
That's what I thought.
The music in this is great. Sure, I wouldn't say this is my favorite soundtrack. Find out next time for that. Sure, the music size is embarrassingly small to the point they play the same song over and over and over again. And sure, I have no idea what the fuck they were thinking with the sound effects.
Yeah. I really like the music that they play.
The game would receive a couple of ports, most notably the one I covered in the original video, Puzzle Bobble on Super Nintendo, which was released a year later.
And that's all I could find in terms of research. No development, no history, nothing. But does it hold up compared to the arcade version? This is Puzzle Bubble on SNES.
Whoa, that's sick. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, that also looks cool. Part of me doesn't like that they had to swap over their animations. Part of me thinks there's some sort of downgrade in the graphics, while the other part of me admires just how charming the whole thing looks. I mean, sure, it is odd seeing Bob with a very out of character facial expression. He craves souls of the damned. He thirsts for the taste of blood. He only brings pain. Yeah, add that to your early installment weirdness TV tropes. It's also odd seeing him when he loses. It just ends up looking pretty funny to me. And part of me thinks it's because of the little buck tooth he has.
There's cotton candy. Mountains of it. And chocolate milk. And Maltons.
But at the same time, I hate that it's not as colorful as the arcade version. Half of the time, the bloody part looks so dull and sad. But anyway, there are a lot more modes here, so let's start off from the top. Starting off with the 1P mode. You get about 100 levels, technically 99 at the boss. The controls have been changed to fit the SNES controller. Then why did you use the arcade stick and button for the tutorial? But the controls here feel stiffer and they don't feel quite as good as the arcade. They lack the oomph, the satisfaction the arcade version brought. But the one thing this version has over the arcade is variety. What I mean is, This version has its levels with distinct visual differences, whether it be Forest, Bubble, Purgatory. Your holy sir, is that a church? And a factory. Yeah, I admit some of these are fucking bizarre, but at least it helps keep my mind off the whole repetitiveness, even if there is one drawback to this whole mode.
Oh yeah, I'm going there. How do you expect people to beat this with no continues?
That's absurd. That's mad. That's stupid. And that's on top of having the audacity to say,
He said, we are not going to give you the ending just because of the container you use. Try again, you without any dirtbag. Nuh-uh. I should still be given the ending. Are you nuts?
the next mode is versus mode. In this mode, you go through against a set of CPU opponents. As you, again, need to chain up as much bubbles as possible without overflowing. The first to get 2 diamonds wins. And I still don't get what's up with the diamonds. What's up with that? Maybe it's because this is the first time I'm putting more time into this version, but god damn do they want you miserable. I mean, god damn. God damn! What did Bob do to piss them off? Here's the thing though, unless you're willing to sit your ass down, grab a controller, absolutely lose your mind because the CPU are absolute cheap dirtbags, personally I'd say you're better off doing the multiplayer by that point. Finally, there's Endless. It's pretty much 1P mode, only it's one stage and it's an endurance one. This idea is not too shabby. In fact, I think if they pulled it off well, they could achieve gold.
Which is why I'm going straight to the point to say it. Okay.
The execution leaves a lot to be desired. Something about it just feels aimless. It's almost as if the game was going through the notions. This should be fun, but something is missing to keep me engaged. The music in this is also great, even if they still repeat some here as well. My personal favorite include Endless, the final boss, and this version's common medicine of Power Island.
Back then, I couldn't exactly make up my mind on the superior game.
So in conclusion, do I think this version is better? No, not really. They have the same positives and negatives, but the SNES does have more, so the choice is yours.
How do you still sound like you're talking without a script when you're reading from the paper? Even when the paper flips out so
While I still had a hard time, I think I can actually make up my mind this time. The arcade version. For all the things the SNES has going for it, it still contains irksome quirks that hold it back from being my preferred version. Even though it's repetitive, the arcade version is more solid overall.
Well, that was a look back and a half, if I do say so myself. But next time,
Hey! You, me, rematch now.
I got you this time.
Oh, really? Well, I've been practicing a long time, so I'm sure I'll be able to beat you this time.
Oh, well, we'll just have to see about that.
No, there's no we'll see about that. You will see it. Right about now.
Okay, if you say so.
Just as soon as I don't screw this up somehow, like I'm about to.
You sure showed me.
Fuck. Well, it doesn't matter. That was just practice. It's the second time I will really mess you up.
Show me what you really got.
Let's see. I do this, and then there. Okay, got it. See? I'm improving.
Booyah.
Don't push your luck this time.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be pushed this time.
You always say that, but this time you're gonna meet your demise. You'll see. You'll see. Yeah.
Ha ha ha! Who's the...
God damn it! Screw this. I'm going back to Resident Evil 4.
About whoops. Well, the same thing could be said about well,